Hey, what's going on, folks? Blitzball champ Jason Ingram back on here. I just wanted to get on here and make a quick video. I know there's been a lot of buzz about this, and I've talked about it a little bit with some of my friends and some of the folks in my Discord, and I just wanted to give my honest thoughts and opinions on this because I think a lot of people are really, really getting their hopes up a little too high. I'm not saying that they can't get their hopes up, but I think they're getting their hopes way too high. And that's about the potential return of AJ Lee. Now, for those that saw Monday Night Raw, of course, one of the segments we saw Becky Lynch slap the mess out of CM Punk repeatedly and rubbed her head on his chest, which I thought was kind of weird. But he responded with simply, Seth Rollins is going to regret cashing in on me. And to Becky Lynch, she's going to regret putting her hands on him. One of the last things he did, he asked Adam Pearce, where was SmackDown going to be? Confirmed that it was Chicago. So, I expect that CM Punk will be there. But, here's the thing. I know there's been some name dropping and whatnot, and I know a lot of people believe there's potential of an AJ Lee return. Here's my thing. Do I think she'll make an appearance? I think there's a good chance she'll make an appearance. I'll give you that. I definitely think she could make an appearance. But the most that I could really see happen involving AJ Lee is perhaps there's one more match between Seth and CM Punk, Becky in Seth's corner, AJ Lee in CM Punk's corner. Maybe her and Becky have a little scrap. Maybe some punches thrown, something like that. Maybe AJ Lee interferes and, helps CM Punk win. But I do not see AJ Lee taking any serious bumps. Now, I know a lot of fans want to see her return to the ring and whatnot. And to be honest, I really don't get why. We have to keep in mind, y'all. Y'all do remember the reason she retired, right? Y'all do remember, she had the 3 herniated discs in her neck. And she ended up she even spoke it. She even said it herself. Suffered permanent cervical spine damage. Did y'all forget about that? Y'all forget the reason why she retired? I'm just saying, y'all. Not to mention, she hasn't wrestled in 10 years. It's been 10 years. Her last official match was March of 2015. I think it was the end of March. But yeah, y'all, dude, it's been 10 years. And that's something that she's been dealing with. And it's like, I know some folks out there may are thinking about maybe a mixed tag match or whatnot, and it's just like, why? Why would you want somebody to risk doing that has permanent cervical spine damage? You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I like AJ Lee as well. I enjoyed her work. Definitely one of the best diva champions that ever existed. Even though Paige, tends to have her number. But still, one of the best diva champions in existence. But those neck and spine injuries are no joke. At the end of the day, it's up to her I haven't heard any sort of thing of her getting back into pro wrestling shape or anything like that. I mean, maybe she did something behind the scenes. I don't know. I don't know if she ever got any sort of surgery to fix the permanent damage, but I mean, if it's permanent damage, then typically it's not something you can fix. It's the point that I'm making, y'all. And that's why I really feel like if we do get an AJ Lee return, I'm not expecting a whole lot of action as far as her taking a bunch of bumps or her being in an official match. I just don't see it. It's been 10 years and she has permanent cervical spine damage. So why would y'all want her to get back in the ring? Just, you know, an honest question. An honest question. Why do folks want her to get back in the ring? Like, in all seriousness. I'm just saying. Like, you know, at one point a long time ago, the idea would have been neat for her to return, but at the same time, I had to remind myself this woman, you know, spoke out and said she has permanent cervical spine damage. I mean, heck, she even mentioned that she had 3 herniated discs going into her match at SummerSlam against Paige. So it's like, why do folks want her to risk making that worse by coming back for pretty much a one-off match? Especially considering, like I said, it's been 10 years. I mean, have y'all heard anything else about her being in the ring and wrestling within, you know, the last 10 years? I know I haven't. So, and like I said, I know there's a lot of AJ Lee fans, and I know how they're going with the storyline. It seems like it definitely opens the door for her to return or at least make an appearance. But like I said, the most that I see happen is, yeah, sure, she makes an appearance. She may run interference. Like if there was a match between Seth and CM Punk, she could interfere and help CM Punk. If Becky and her go at it, I only see like a little bit of action, but I don't see her taking any serious bumps. You know? Because, like I said, her spine. So, that's my whole thing that I wanted to just give my honest thoughts and opinions on because, like I said, this has been quite a pretty buzzworthy topic that's come up throughout the day, especially, you know, with what's happened on Monday Night Raw. But, like I said, I just really don't think she's going to return and actually have a match. I think she'll return and be a part of the storyline, maybe interference, maybe a little bit of a scrap, but I do not see her having an official match. Because, as honestly, it wouldn't make any sense to me for her to be put into that position, given that she has permanent cervical spine damage. But at the end of the day, I'm not her. So it's really up to her. I don't see it happening, but that's just my honest thought. Anyway, that's all I got. Let me know what y'all's thoughts are. What do you think's going to happen? Do you believe AJ Lee will return? Do you think somebody else will kind of have CM Punk's back? Let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell while you're at it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. This has been a Pro Wrestling Talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the YouTube the Tube. My name is Jason Ingram. Hope you have a blessed day tomorrow. We'll see y'all in the next video and our live stream. Peace. Good night.